listening to The Burn. Gaming stuff, blazing fast.
Welcome. Whoa, no, why? No, welcome. Welcome to a new episode of The Burn, a podcast about gaming done blazing fast. I'm Aviv Manoach.
And I am Omer Kaplan. Good morning.
Good morning. Good time zone, as we say in our parts. What happened was that my Stream Deck that I use as a soundboard didn't work yesterday for some reason. So I opened the audio file for the theme music manually on like an audio player, and my audio player is set to automatically play the next file in a folder after it's finished. So the theme music started again from another file.
Okay. So yeah, I was just about that because I didn't hear it. Like, what was the next sound file? But I guess it wasn't something interesting.
Indeed. No, that's because the opening file is in the same file with all the previous episodes. So it would have played the next episode. So like the first episode or something.
Well, it's all good. Good show. So happy February, right? It's our first episode of the month.
Yes.
Nice.
It is.
Literally, January felt like it was 2 days ago. It's pretty insane.
My sense of time remains the same. The only thing that is different is that we don't have winter this year. We are having I think we started the same thing the last episode. There are 25 degrees outside Celsius. It's summer here. Well, not summer, but spring or something. It's like there was no winter. We went from autumn to spring with nothing in between, and I'm very sad about it.
Yeah, I feel you. I thought we were heading the same way, but over the weekend we got a ton of snow, and now everything is like buried under the snow. Like, I'm looking outside my window, and my car is literally covered with. It's like a big mound of snow.
I want snow.
So that's pretty nice. And then we're gonna get some more snow on top of the old snow over the weekend. So I think winter has finally arrived. We're gonna get 2 months of winter. So that's nice. Pretty cold. It's
winter has come.
Yes. So it's like minus 10 degrees Celsius outside, which is I think around 15 Fahrenheit. I want to say, but I don't know.
I don't care what the Fahrenheit is.
I know conversions are hard. I literally gave up on. If you tell me like temperature in Fahrenheit, I can tell you if it's hot or cold, but I don't really know.
Yes, that's the same thing with me. Like, I know that like the 70s are like nice, and the 90s is hot, and 50s are cold, but I don't know the equivalence in Celsius.
Yeah, no, 50s is great. And then like 40s is cold, 30s is like really cold, 20s and teens are like crazy cold. But so
weather. So usually in each episode of the show we discuss a game we are playing and like or dislike or something, and current news that we have something to say about. But today we're going to do the news first because it's like a continuing topic from previous episodes. You can listen to previous episode of The Burn in theburn.live, which is the website we have that will send you to the podcast page where you can subscribe in whatever way you use to listen to podcasts. And you can also listen live sometimes on twitch.tv/icel.me. There is The Burn, there is the Hebrew podcast, Game Burning podcast, and other things that I stream as well. So, Omer,
nice.
We talked about Google Stadia in the past, and you are a very big proponent of it, and you say it works very nicely, and you can play all the latest games without having to have a big and powerful computer. And then Google announced last week that they are closing the game studio, the development studio they set up originally to develop Stadia games. And that's in of itself is not that big of a deal, but they recruited a lot of very talented people to work there, and all of those people suddenly found themselves without a job after they made nothing, which was a bit iffy.
Really sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So ever since the Stadia drama, as I like to call it, got announced, I think it was last week, many people, and when I say many people, I mean one person at work, but let's say it's many people, ask me, okay, well, with Stadia dead, you open the Stadia subreddit, everything is doom and gloom, everybody, nobody trusts, quote unquote, the company anymore. So here's the thing. Here's what I told the many people, which is the one person in my work. I told them, listen, let's think about, Stadia from a, business perspective, right? So why does Stadia even exist? So it exists for two reasons. One is that right now, the most money in tech is in cloud computing. So in the cloud computing world, you got three major actors. You got your Amazon, which makes $1 billion gazillion a minute. You got Microsoft with Azure, which makes also a lot of money. And then the third place, you got Google Cloud, right?
Right.
So the way to attract more customers to a cloud service, is to say, hey, we've got this great infrastructure, and look, we have also this gaming infrastructure, which also lends itself to the fact that physical ownership is slightly going away. Games are going to go the way of the MP3, and everything is moving to cloud computing. So we have the best infrastructure. Therefore,
they are basically saying all of those people are Blockbuster and we are Netflix.
Yes. And then, so that's one. The other thing is, from a company perspective, what Google likes to do is that, and I don't remember the company's mission, but it's something along the lines of collect all the world information and make it accessible and useful, whatever. So there's a lot of data that comes from you gaming on cloud computing, right? Because it's not only what games you like and what you buy. You can get this information in a lot of places. It's also what you do in games. So, we can pretend hypothetically in a potentially dystopian world, you play games, and then in those games, they know what your APM, how good you are, what you like to how do you like to play? Are you a stealthy gamer or a melee gamer? And then using this information, this type of information isn't really available in other places.
How many romance scenes you did in Cyberpunk?
All of them. And then I'm not gender agnostic. I did literally all the romance. So anyway, also that. So that type of information is very valuable to a company like Google that relies on understanding who you are to fuel its ad business. So for those two reasons, Stadia as a service is makes sense to me. However, having an internal, and I know they launched the game studio with Stadia, and they said, well, we're going to really push the envelope here. We're going to develop something that's only available on cloud computing. We got this great infrastructure. But then is it really part of leading cloud services or, leading Google's mission of getting more information? Not really.
It's also not a relevant business model to tie to Stadia, because the games that are successful on Stadia at the moment are not exclusive to Stadia. They are games, well, the case study that you demonstrated is a major AAA blockbuster that mostly only people with very high-end machines can run. And if you have Stadia, anyone can run it. So that's the actual consumer case study for that. And having a studio dedicated to just running things on Stadia, unless they are making AAA blockbusters and then running them on Stadia, which would have been cool, but also take 5 years of development for Google, doesn't make sense.
Exactly. So, so to the question, so now that we understand this, that person says, okay, should I get into Stadia now that they're, lost my trust? I don't know. Don't even know what trust means, but it's fine.
It's a subscription model, right? like Netflix.
So you can get so you can do a subscription model, and Google is very generous with the subscription. And there's like a lot of games you can play. I played, I don't know, Sniper Elite. I play all this like other Strange Brigade. So you can get cool games, or you can buy games which I don't really like, but I bought the games like full price, and then you can play it on Stadia. So it's like dedicated to players. So what people are saying is if Stadia goes under, yeah.
What's the upfront investment? What devices you need to run it?
Basically, a Google Chrome browser.
Oh, so you can run it on any computer if you have a Chrome browser, and
Yes.
you can run it on a smart TV if you have a Chromecast.
Yes, and you can run it on an iPad or Android like devices or phones or whatever.
So basically, if I live in a place that Stadia is available, I have no entry cost. I just need to like either buy the game I want or pay a subscription for a month, and I can just play whatever I want and test it.
Yeah, it's pretty much. And then, right now, like February 10th, 2021, Stadia right now is the best, so I'm a very like unique use case. I realize that, not having a gaming PC or a console, and like, the only way for me to play AAA titles is through Stadia, which works great. I mean, so for me, right now it's the leading service. If Amazon comes with Luna next year and blows everything out of the water because they have better infrastructure, because they fuel like 80% of the internet. I mean, I don't have any brand loyalty. Like, I'll jump to the other service.
Yeah.
And then
all of those companies are the same crap.
Exactly. I mean, it's basically running a game on somebody else's computer, right? Like at the end of the day. So I don't mind if it's Google's computer or Amazon's computer. As a consumer, all I want to do is just play my games anywhere in a nice infrastructure.
All I want to do is have some fun.
Yeah, I'm not the only one.
Exactly.
There's dozens of. So anyway, I mean, not a big deal, and yeah.
My last comment on that, and I think I said that originally when we talked about Stadia, and I also said that when we talked about the topic in the Game Burn podcast. Google does this a lot. They basically set up a new product in order to test technology. And then people are whining about Google Graveyard and all the product they killed, quote unquote, and stuff like that. But they never really kill technologies. They kill product, but they don't kill technologies. All the technology that went into Google Glass exists today in Android. All the technology that was in Google Wave exists today in Google Docs. So I think I told you this, I can see a future where the Stadia brand is gone, but all of the functionality is inside Google Play or something like that, and no one will ever remember. The same thing with Google Plus, for example. No one remembers that before Google Plus, Google accounts were not unified. You couldn't sync your Gmail to your photos, to your whatever. And the very reason that Google built Plus is to unify those accounts. And it was a massive success, and they don't care about the social aspect of it. They just don't. They want all the information on every person in a single, like you said, their mission is to collect data, and it was a huge success in their mission. So I don't think that this technology will go away anywhere. Maybe they will kill the Stadia brand in a year or two, but we are going to get the same benefits, probably better benefits, and probably in more locations in the future.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the way the industry goes, I think, maybe Stadia isn't Stadia in 5 years. Maybe it gets absorbed into something else, like, I don't know, Google Inbox gets absorbed into Gmail, or,
it will be like Google Play Live or something.
Yeah, or, Google Music and YouTube Premium, whatever. So, if everything gets consolidated, it's fine. And I mean, between now and the 5 years when it's going to happen, I'm getting like so much value just by playing those games. Because like, here's the thing, I played, let's say, Odyssey on it, and it's a good segue into the game. So I played Odyssey in it. I played my 60 something hours, Am I going to get back to it? Probably not. So I got my value out of it. So I don't really, care if I don't, if Stadia goes under and I don't get to play it in I don't know, 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just thought about something. Think if Google take the Stadia technology, combine it with YouTube gaming, and you could cloud game and live stream your gameplay at the same time with a single service, and you don't need a computer for that.
Yeah, I think that was one of the intentions of Amazon when they launched Luna. It comes like with the Twitch integration. Mm-hmm. I didn't investigate all the way through, but I think that's one of the premises of Luna, being able to play and stream same time and have some interactions between the two. But
and all of it is done on a cloud, and you don't need a high-end computer. That will be amazing. That will be a game changer.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine you don't even need a streaming equipment. You just click a button and say, okay, well, cloud computing, stream that for me. And then you're just doing it.
Amazing. Okay, let's move on to the game. I will preface by saying we are going to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. I didn't play any of the originals. Red Dead, whatever the first one was, and then...
Same, by the way.
Red Dead Redemption. And my relationship with whatever the name is... what's the company? Yeah.
Rockstar?
Rockstar? Yeah, right, not Rocksteady. Rocksteady is a different thing.
Rockstar. Isn't the one for the Teenage Mutant Ninja
exactly, yeah, that's the Rhino.
Cool. Okay.
Or the Hog. I don't know. Rocksteady and Bebop.
Yes.
But so my relationship with their games is weird because they're huge. Everyone likes them. Everyone are waiting for a new GTA game and stuff. GTA 5 was like the most expensive game for the time, not considering Star Citizen, but the marketing budget for the game alone was like $500 million or something.
It's crazy.
And I only played GTA 5 6 years or something after it came out. I bought it in like a bundle, the complete edition with all the expansions and stuff, and it cost me like $4. And it was, I really liked it. It was a really good game.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not excited about any of those games. So I wasn't, I didn't share the excitement about Red Dead Redemption. And then I saw it. It looks beautiful, but the gameplay looks so slow.
It's the slowest game I've ever played. Like, hands down, the slowest, most methodical game of its kind. I couldn't, I knew it's slow, and everybody said it's slow. I couldn't imagine how slow it is.
So yeah, tell us about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. So so I finished the, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, did the main story, saw what happened. It was great, a great experience, 60-something hours, and then I was saying, okay, well, I really like the cult story. Let's see how much time I need to invest to get into that. And then I saw it's like, 35 hours. Like, nope, no, thank you. I am done with that. And then I looked for another kind of like experience, and I got the itch for like a Western type. And Red Dead Redemption was always on my wish list, and I never got to play it because I don't have a gaming PC, and I saw it on Stadia.
There also are no real Western games beside that?
No, I was looking at Desperados.
Oh, right. I forgot Desperados came out as well.
Vibe. There's also a really good one if you haven't played. There's Call of Juarez. It's really good.
Depending which one, because that series in general is crap, but I think Call of Juarez Gunslinger is the good one.
Yeah, Gunslinger is pretty good. It's like kind of junk food gaming, but Gunslinger, I liked it. It's really... It leans, so if Gunslinger is really leaning towards like the spaghetti western, really like take it to the extreme of what the genre could be, which is fine. But it's like really stereotypical characters and music and everything, so that's nice. Red Dead Redemption take a more, because it's so slow, it takes a more serious approach to the time. It's still very stereotypical. It's very, Like you get all your characters and accents and like really grimy and grafty characters. But it really takes like try to be historically accurate, but on a gaming setting. So it's fairly similar to Assassin's Creed in a sense that they take like a period of time. They take all the romantic elements out of it and really enhance them and take out a lot of the crap. Because let's face it, in the 1800s, you can like die pneumonia, 10 times a day. But so in the game it's fine. So they took all the romantic elements. You're like an outlaw, you live like in the mountains with a camp, and you go into like small towns full of mud, and like there's hotels, and you can like go rob people, or you can go help the sheriff. So everything's really nice.
Did you shot the sheriff?
I did not. I know you can, but I'm playing like chaotic neutral, like in terms of like alignment.
Did you miss my joke?
I help the sheriff, but then if I meet somebody like I'm riding my horse and somebody says, "Hey, mister, come help me," I was like, "No, I'm gonna shoot him because I don't have the capacity to help people right now." So I mean, I'm literally chaotic neutral. I'm just doing my thing. So it's one of the slowest but most immersive, because it's so slow and methodical. It's like one of the more immersive games I played maybe ever, like in a real long time. It's literally you're hungry because there's like hunger mechanism. I really don't like survival elements, but I mean this one's fairly fine because you don't really can really go hungry. So you're hungry, so you go hunt something, you skin the something, and then you have to cook it, and then you have to eat it, or you just like put some stuff in your backpack to eat later. Or you can buy or you can buy canned food or whatever. But yeah, so everything that can happen in the game, like from a realism standpoint, can happen. So if you're try to jump over like too big of a rock, your horse will kick you over, or the horse will get injured, then you have to like treat the horse. Or sometimes, I don't know, the horse will get dirty, so it might get sick, and like everything that can happen, it's a thing. Like stuff that I couldn't even imagine that, sometimes, for example, like fall damage, right? So I'm standing like above a cave, and like on the ground, like below the cave, there is some people I need to catch. So I think to myself, okay, well, I'm gonna jump over this not so high of a ledge, and I'm gonna surprise them, and then I'm gonna take them by surprise. And then I just fall, and like the fall damage was too high, so I just like splat on my face in front of them. So there's like, it's really on the edge of like too realistic in terms of like mechanisms and like gamified. So there's like a little bit mix of both. It's weird. It's really weird because of two reasons. One is that you don't really have like RPG mechanisms in terms of, okay, you level up, you increase your stamina, your health, your whatever, your damage. You just live in the world and do things. And then sometimes you get like more stats based on what you're doing, but you don't really know what causes it. You just like naturally progress. And like the game really pulls you towards, do stories and do stuff. Like do quests, visit people, ask around town. Like they want you to live inside the world and find out things like kind of like organically, which is really nice. And then the other thing that makes it weird is that it have a really weird save system, which I never encountered in any game. Like I would never even think about the save system in a game, but here it's just weird. So you have all these, for lack of a better term, like random encounters, and the game saves like automatically, so you don't even have to touch anything. So I ride my horse, and then all of a sudden, like you know how like sometimes bandits like put a carriage in front of you and like block the road, and your horse gets spooked, and then they say, okay, well, let's rob the guy. So as soon as that happens, I was like, oh my god, there's like something happens. I need to quick save because I'm bad like with shooting people, and it's kind of hard. So yeah, because I have to aim with the controller, and luckily, so here's the thing that it's really nice. They have like a thing in settings. You can decide how helpful the aim assist is. So you can go like 100% aim assist or like 50%. So with the 100%, you just like aim your pistol and it automatically locks into a target even when they move.
That's really what nice. I did with Uncharted 4 as well.
Yes. So that's really nice. But I went to like 50% because sometimes it's really hard, but sometimes I like to like headshot, and so it's really nice. Anyway, So they pull the carriage, the horse gets spooked, so they run away. I said, okay, well, I need to like survive the encounter. So I quick save. You can quick save. And then obviously they jump me, they kill me like in 2 seconds because there are like 5 of them and I try to run, but I can't. So, and then I said, okay, well, there's got to be another way I can play the encounter. So I quick load, but when you quick load, it basically deletes the encounter and just put you on a horse somewhere nearby. You're just like sitting on a rock waiting.
Yeah,
as if you like, as
because
if
the encounter
happened.
was random and the save doesn't actually save the encounter.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. Also, yeah. So basically, or if you die, yeah, you just like go back like the same way. Or sometimes you just like trash talk somebody in a bar and they say, oh yeah, let's duel outside. So you go out there, you pull your gun, they kill you, and then you don't get to like practice the thing again because yeah, you can like literally do anything in this game. You can like go into a bar, have a couple drinks, and then just pick up on somebody will just talk to you and you can insult him back and they'll say, okay, well, and just start a bar fight and like throw stuff. And it's like, this game has everything really. Like I found myself yesterday, like last night, literally sitting for an hour, sitting in a bar in some godforsaken town and playing poker with Jim Bob and Bill, two of this random characters.
And you find this fun, like the entire experience.
It's super. I mean, it's fun in the immersive way. It's like literally when I open Red Dead Redemption, I am basically this outlaw person. I can it's like it's almost like the MMO experience where like okay, well, I'm in the world now. I can do whatever I want, and then it's literally you just now live the life, live in that time period, and you can follow the story or you can just go do whatever. So
okay, interesting.
It's super slow. It's super methodical. It's nothing like I've ever played before. I'm gonna follow up. I'm just gonna follow up with the story and see what's going on. Yeah. So far it's fun. I'm like 10 hours in.
I wonder how I like it compared to GTA because GTA 5, at least, I haven't played any previous GTAs, but I really like the story and the progression and everything and the urban environment. But because it's like a contemporary game and you have cars and everything, it's really fast. Although some of the missions require you to like drive all the way from one end of the map to the other end of the map, which can get annoying from time to time. So I wonder how I like this game. Because I like the time period and the old Western vibe and everything. And I'm down with survival elements. So yeah, I'm curious.
I think it's worth a shot. So basically, sometimes you have to ride like long way because towns and places are really far away from each other. So they have a thing called like a cinematic camera, where you hit the button and then the game goes into like cinematic mode, and then the horse just
Valhalla has the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. It's like it's Assassin's Creed. The thing is sometimes you're gonna get random encounters along the way, so you kind of like have to pay attention, but not really. Yeah. So here's the last funny experience that happened. You can't. I haven't. Okay, so I'm 10 hours in, and so there's no really romancing thing going on yet. But I'm in this hotel, and I just like went through like this really crappy experience. Like I'm full of mud and everything's crappy. And then the hotel owner said, "Hey, would you like to take a bath?" I was like, "Sure." So I paid them 25 cents. Everything is cheap in the old days. Like bath is like 25 cents. So I paid them 25 cents. I go into this room. So, you take in a bath. You can like click a button to rub your head. You can click a button to, like rub your arms and legs. And so I'm in the shower. Feels great.
Why?
There's like a little bit of wine. And then all of a sudden I hear a knock on the door. And there's a lady for you saying, "Hey, can I come and help you? You got to get a premium bathtub." I was like, "Sure." Yeah, pay them the 50 cents. And then she's like, and you can, for 10 minutes, you can have a small talk with an NPC while she's like giving you a bath, which is pretty, like, why would you even include that in a game? It's pretty cool.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's worth. I like it. Anyway, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I like want to pay full price for that because I'm not sure if I like it.
Yeah, no, I've seen it on sale for like 30 during the Christmas time. So
Maybe I'll buy it for 30. Maybe I'll wait for the PS5.
Yeah. I mean, the game looks amazing. Like literally, I mean, the thing that really got me, by the way, is that the wood textures. Like this, it's so good. I don't know.
You know what? I can get that because for the last 2 weeks, I have two addictions on YouTube. One of them is watching game devlogs for people that are making games, and they publish like a weekly or monthly progress, and some of them are really edited really nicely and stuff. And the other type of video is material creation in Substance Designer. And if you don't know, audience, there is a company called Algorithmic that was once an independent company and now are part of Adobe. And they make a suite of tools that are the industry standard in games and special effects for texturing. And there is a program called Substance Painter where you paint the textures. And there is Substance Designer. And this is an amazing tool that allow you with a node-based system to like take completely procedural generated information and turn it into realistic or stylized or whatever you want materials. And you go from like a noise map and you make it look like wood. And it's the most amazing thing.
So you're gonna get all the wood textures in this game, and I'd say it's really like down to the tiniest details. Like you can go to a weapon shop. By the way, I got really weird vibes in just going to a store and buying guns. I don't know. It's just weird. It feels weird. Like you go to a store and they have this catalog. You open
in the United States, Omer.
I know.
You have shops like that today.
I know. Yeah, you can just go to Walmart and pick up it. No, I think the Walmart here doesn't sell them. It's kind of weird. So anyway, I mean, playing this game, you can really like see the roots of some like modern things, especially with I didn't live here my entire life. So that's like, you can see the roots of like how things might have evolved into things we know today. So there's, but you can also like, cook and order different food in bars and like saloons and stuff. And you can see like it's authentic food, what people would have eaten back in the day. So I found myself like eating a lot of oatmeal. So now I know what everybody here obsessed about oatmeal, the cowboy food, essentially.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, more to come. Like 10 hours in, we'll see where it gets.
Excellent. We'll catch up next time before we talk about another game. So that's all we have for the show today. Thanks everyone for listening. We had also a few live listeners, so hello.
Oh, nice. Hello.
You can find us online on Twitter. I'm at Icel and Omer is at Omer Kaplan. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and leave your reviews on your preferred listening app. You can find all of it. It's theburn.live, the website. And our opening theme was created by Ann Dorco with vocals by Fishy Twitch, both on Twitter. Thank you, Omer.
Thank you, Aviv. It was a pleasure as always.
Indeed. And we'll be back again next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.